I'm Kristine Ajrouch, and as a sociologist, I've always had an interest in Lebanon. I was born and raised in Michigan, but my maternal grandparents immigrated from Lebanon. My doctoral dissertation studied what it's like to grow up Arab in America. The research I'm doing with colleagues at the University of Michigan Institute for Social Research explores social relations across the life course in the Middle East, especially during old age. Lebanon presents an interesting case study because its location and its culture make it uniquely positioned as a bridge between East and West. A pilot study I conducted with ISR colleagues Tony Antonucci and Hiroko Akiyama in conjunction with Sausan Abdul Rahim from the American University of Beirut involved organizing focus groups in the Jazin district of South Lebanon and in Beirut. We were particularly interested in understanding the social relationships of older Middle Eastern men. Colleagues reviewing our proposed study doubted that Middle Eastern men would open up and talk freely about their relationships with family members, neighbors, and friends. But we found the men more than willing to talk. We also discovered that many of them felt closest to people who lived at a distance, family and friends who had moved away from Lebanon. This finding suggested migration is an important influence on the lives of older adults in Lebanon. Like many other places, Lebanon is going through a major demographic transition, declining fertility, longer life expectancies, and high migration rates. From a pyramid-shaped age structure, with many younger people at the base, in the next 40 years, the country's population structure is likely to be beanpoled, with equal numbers of older and younger adults, or may perhaps become an inverted pyramid, with more older people at the top. Learning how culture and gender influence social relationships is vital in order to plan the right kinds of resources to support older people and their families. In 2008, I returned to Lebanon on a Fulbright Award to teach and conduct more research. Now I'm in the process of conducting a survey of 500 men and women living in Greater Beirut with funding from the Doha International Institute for Family Studies. We aim to learn about the norms of family and social relations, including how older people and their families manage stress. In the future, my colleagues and I hope to compare the findings on Lebanese families with findings from similar surveys done in Japan and the United States. The time I've spent in Lebanon has taught me a lot, both personally and professionally. It's transformed my understanding of the ties that bind groups of people and heightened my awareness of the ways that cultural norms shape the nature of social relations, at home and around the world. I'm dedicated to learning as much as possible and using that information to inform ways that we can all grow old with respect, having access to the kind of support we need.